time, like I always say.
Ready?
Yep.
The unknown zone.
Talk show, talk show.
Zone unknown.
Talk show, talk show.
How the hell you find it?
In your overpriced high-tech telephone.
Deep in your bones.
Underneath a pile of stones.
It's some kind of virus.
Deep in your nose.
In between your toes. Smack dab in the middle of your split crotch pantyhose. The unknown show.
Talk show.
The unknown show.
Talk show, talk show.
The unknown zone.
Talk show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nicki Minaj of Brooklyn Public Access, Yvonne Delet.
Gallery. Yay! Yay! Maniki? What'd you say? Nicki Minaj?
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. Same thing. Hi, I'm Yvonne Delet. Yeah.
And I was playing a Nicki Minaj song.
Oh,
too.
you were? That's wonderful. He's so good.
Maybe you'll guess it.
No, I won't, because I don't know any of her music. I don't. Hi,
your guest, your host, your fans.
Oh, my guest. Okay.
Your guest, your fans, who knows?
Right. Okay. Easy, Phil. Hi, I'm your host, Yvonne Delet. Welcome to the Unknown Zone Talk Show. This is the show that begs to ask the question: am I moving to Florida?
It's a yes.
It's a yes. I think so. But we have a lot to talk about. That's just one thing. It's at least it's free there, free state. But we'll talk about it because Kevin, I want to discuss all these things with you. So before we continue, I need to introduce. I just wanted to show you something. See that little thing up there? It looks like a black mark. I thought that was a black mark, and I was trying to get it, off. It's actually what hangs the painting. That only took me a year to figure out. Okay, anyway.
Let's see what other fans noticed anything.
It's so great. Everything's great. As my friend Larry says, everything is nice. And now I'd like to introduce my help, as it were, my co-host, right? You're still upgraded. My co-host and
For now,
exactly. One day at a time. Everything's one day at a time. My co-host and the band, Phil Sorge. Hi-oh. Hi-oh. Welcome, Phil.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. No, thank you. Phil's great. He also does research, which I'm very grateful for, but who cares? Anyway, wait, what's going on there? Kevin. Now I'd like to introduce my guest, who I'm very grateful and pleased to have on the show. I think you're a co-founder, would that be correct, of the New York Freedom Rally?
Well, one of several.
Okay, one of several, which is how we met. And we have a lot to talk about. I've been to a few rallies. Medical freedom, woo woo! And welcome to the show. Amen. We're going to talk. Welcome to the show, Kevin Peters.
Thank you so much.
Woo woo! I want you to know also I fixed my Wi-Fi because the last two guests had a lot of interruptions, and we will not be having those interruptions today. So welcome, Kevin.
Yeah, hopefully mine cooperates as well. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Yvonne. Great to be here.
No, I'm so happy you're here. We met. We met at one of the rallies. I'm not sure which one we actually spoke at, but
I can tell you exactly where.
Go ahead, do it.
Oh, there you go.
Do it.
Well, we were live down in Bay Ridge in your neighborhood, and it was the day that I think it was maybe a day or two before that I first saw the sign with "We do not discriminate." I'm like, okay, that's what's up. I don't know who came up with that, but okay, I mean, it didn't really register like and I had no idea that it would become what it would become, right? But you know, later someone on IG posted, you know, Rocco's Bakery, Rocco's Pasticceria, and I'm like, you know what? It's, you know, I think I'm just gonna head over there and see what's going on. Like, who are these people?
Right.
You know, just my curiosity was piqued, and I decided to go live and just document it. This was on the original Instagram before it was taken down at 17,000 followers.
Yes. Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
And you know, when we walk up to the front door, and there's this beautiful, lovely lady, and she's like, "Hey!" And she's holding her phone, and she's like, "Hey, you're live, right?" Like, "Oh yeah." And I saw you in the comments. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was it.
That was amazing. Actually, I'm going to tell you something else. But what happened? I was in Rocco's because I was like, you know what? I have to go there and support them because I had seen the sign, obviously, because it's my neighborhood, and I was like, I got to sit there and support. And then when I saw you on Instagram, I was like, oh my God, he's in the neighborhood. And I didn't know if you knew that the sign was there, but that's so cool that you did. And you were also, I don't want to, get you in trouble, but you were pulling down other signs.
He was restoring the neighborhood.
You were cleaning up the neighborhood, and I was grateful for that. Where that, they said you have to, they put the new mask in the subway signs, whatever the,
You're gonna have to prove it, Yvonne. You're gonna have to prove it.
I would.
You're gonna have to find the video.
It's only hearsay. I don't know if that actually happened.
Kevin was beautifying the neighborhood. That's all we know.
Exactly.
The neighborhood.
Right. So then you came over. You go, I'm coming in and whatever. And you interviewed me. We had a little talk. But I'm going to tell you something, Kevin. We met before that.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to give you a hint. You ready? You ready? Because I still have it.
Familiar. Yeah. Now that I think about it, you have it. Oh no, that was after.
Was it after? No, I don't think so. Was it?
Okay, I mean, I don't know what the date was when I went to Rocco. So you know what? You're right. You're right.
Show me your papers.
Hey, be careful now.
I know, and I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew.
Someone might call you a Nazi like they did to us when we brought. I don't know if we want to tell the story from the top, but oh my God,
that was great. No, we do, and I want to know what I want to know. I want to talk about all of it because I want to know how you got started with it. Because look how far I want to say we because I feel part of it, but you and your group. How far you've come in like the last few months.
I mean, all credit goes to Warren Wilhelm Jr.
Okay.
All credit goes to the greatest unifier in modern New York City history.
Tell us.
We just set the foundation, and he just like built on it. Like, how tyrannical and fascist can we possibly be in 2021? Wow. And it's like, okay, you understand what I'm saying. It's like we've been taking it to the streets, with our bullhorns and cards and leafleting and just, speaking truth to power and outreaching to every neighborhood we can, to as many people as we can. And, myself and Joe, we had a lot of conversations, really, just like what can we do to because we were going to Union Square every Sunday, and I showed up to Union Square after a lot of people had been going last fall. I showed up in December.
Wow. So you're talking about Joe, the teacher.
Joe, former teacher.
Former teacher, right.
The Dominican, by blood. But we just, took it upon ourselves to say, okay, how can we reach more people? How can we, where can we go outside of Union Square? Once the weather starts turning, it was still like freezing cold out.
Right.
We were going to, different assemblymen and state senators.
Okay.
Places of residence and offices. Specifically Linda Rosenthal, who proposed 11179 that allows for mandating vaccine. It's a very general, broad bill allowing for vaccine mandates. It turned out to not even be necessary if you can just have a mayor issuing a mandate, which isn't even a law.
And the governor as well.
Right.
And exactly. So that's all it takes apparently for restaurants and businesses to just comply out of fear and intimidation. But anyway, so the point is that we picked this date in March. Okay, we're gonna do a rally, and we
March
stuck for that.
2020. Was this 2020? Did you
21.
start?
March
21.
of this year. It
Okay.
feels like over a year ago.
Right. So
But-
basically what happened was we all didn't know what the hell was happening for a year, right? We just kind of like hung loose, right? Because we didn't really, the vaccine wasn't around yet, right?
Yeah, there were rallies back in October, November, Herald Square, Washington Square.
Oh, okay.
People were doing it before I came along.
Oh,
But,
okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just it was a long-winded way of answering your question. You know, I was just tired of being a keyboard warrior. You know, I was tired of being
Right.
behind a computer screen and trying to, you know, make witty, you know, comments or, you know, like to have dialogues on social media. It's just
Right,
like,
right.
what am I doing? What difference am I really making here?
Exactly. And
You
what
know?
what seemed to be happening was from my viewpoint was there started to be all these rallies in like the UK and other countries, and everyone was saying, what's happening in New York? Why isn't New York speaking
Well,
up?
they're still
Right?
saying that. They're still saying that.
Right. Because it's not enough, right?
They're blacking it. Well, and it's on it. But that's where we're at now, is that we're trying to cross the tipping point where the media will have no choice but to cover us.
Oh, that's awesome.
And-
Excuse me 1 second. My cat's
Yeah.
vomiting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
at least it's
hairball.
at least
Let me
it's
see if
coming
I can
from
get
the front,
wait
not
a
the
second.
back. It's gonna be okay.
She went from picking up poop
You
to
see, you
getting
can't really
cat
see.
food,
Yeah.
getting cat food
What a
delivered to
day.
now a hairball.
What a fucking day. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry, Kevin. I knew the noise. I knew the actual expulsion was coming. So
I'm glad everything's
everything's
okay.
great.
Yeah.
Everything's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
I can't remember. I mean, that basically answers how I got started.
Right.
You know?
And so you have a history, your history, because I don't remember where I saw this, because I was trying to look. You know, you're an anomaly, like, right? We don't really know that much about you. So, you know, and you know, you're more. Would you say you're more a little behind the scenes?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
And,
Okay.
you know, it's like I do try to keep like my personal life, my family life outside of the spotlight. And I'm also just more shy at I'm not as like comfortable on them and out, and like I don't have the gift of gab like Joe does. And I'm not out there.
Yeah. And we all have
you'll see me on the bullhorn once in a while, but
you do good one-on-one interviews though. You're good with that.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know,
well, people like Mary Jo from Rocco's, it's like,
oh, what a dream.
I don't even know how to begin to express like how humbling and just like gratifying it is to meet some of these people, you know.
Exactly. I know. I have so many new heroes, you know. And so when I was looking you up, because since you were coming on the show, I wanted to know a little more about what inspires you to be so involved, you know, which you are, and which is a blessing in my mind. And I saw that you had, and you know, you can stop me if you don't want to talk about anything, but I'm gonna, you know, but you had cancer and then healed it naturally.
It was not naturally healed.
Okay.
But it did. Yeah, I had it removed surgically. But
okay.
It did start me on my journey. It was a major wake up call and a major trauma that set me on my journey to take care of myself naturally and not rely on pharmaceuticals, or, you know, if basic things happen like a cold or a flu or, you know, infection, that I don't need some antibiotic to wipe me out for a week.
Correct.
There's natural, you know, just one example, but there's a whole, you know, we're just going through our clips with Dr. Carrie Madej. And we're about to hear in a couple days here from Larry Pilevsky once again, and Christiane Northrup's going to be joining us.
Very nice.
And it's really, you know, these people have been on the world stage with their, you know, speaking truth to power within their field. And it's like they're this anomalous exception to the rule that the media is pumping out. Oh, there's no credible doctors.
Right. Well, they called them the misinformation dozen for a while and then they had to retract it.
Amazing, isn't it?
Amazing. Yeah. And those are all the people I follow. I just briefly, I read that after you started getting healthier, that wake up call, you got into homeopathy, and I have a homeopathic vet who does medical, he's a medical vet, but he's treated my cats with homeopathy. And I have also, I wanted to say imbibed, which is not the correct word. I also, do different holistic modalities. And one of my famous stories is I had a horrible UTI, and instead of taking antibiotics, I called my homeopath, and they ask you the questions, right? I took a remedy, and in 20 minutes, it was gone.
The Unknown Show.
Talk show.
The Unknown Show.
Talk show.
The Unknown Zone.
Talk show.